Hey everyone, it's Cynthia, psychic and astrologer. So today we're going to be talking about the March horoscopes for all signs. Now, I'm going to be having some notations. We'll go over them. I'll discuss some things to look forward to, some things to be aware of for what you can expect for your sign for the month. So let's begin and let's start the horoscopes. All right, so the first thing that I did want to point out, my first main topic here, is the Venus retrograde. Happens to fall in the sign of Aries. Obviously, this is going to be a very big time for you. Venus retrograde, I'm going to have a separate discussion about the Venus retrograde. But when Venus retrogrades, it really slows things down when it comes down to personal relationships, friendships, money, finances, um, close commitments, connections. So, the one thing that I always point out whenever we're dealing with a Venus retrograde is that we do possibly have the possibility of a relationship coming to an end, a commitment, marriage that could create breakups, endings of relationships, even of friendships. I've even seen friendships come to an end during a Venus retrograde. Now, you will feel a stronger connection to this Venus retrograde because it will fall in your own sign and house. So it's a more personal feeling towards you. This could be, yes, an interpersonal relationship, commitment. It could also relate to your finances, career, money. Maybe you're going through job changes. Maybe you lose a job. Maybe you have to find a new job because the current job just isn't working for you. Now, the Venus retrograde does begin on March 1st, and Venus will go direct April 12th. So, this is going to be a time that does bring about some significant, possibly significant changes. Now, there could be the possibility of a Venus retrograde doing the opposite in regards to it brings someone for you that will bring about what I would call like a whirlwind kind of relationship. But you got to be careful about those types of relationships because it could bring the end of one relationship into a new relationship. Or if someone out of nowhere comes into your life, which is great, but that could also create a situation where the relationship just goes so fast that you might be getting married a year from now. That could be great if you're open to that, but sometimes you might catch yourself getting too involved that you don't see the bigger picture. Let's say this person isn't good for you, but you're not looking at that. You're just looking at, being in love, being connected to that person, and not really noticing that there could be some flaws with that person. So you've got to be careful with that. But the Venus retrograde can affect your relationships, your personal relationships, your finances. It could bring about some changes within personal relationships. Maybe there are issues that need to be dealt with, that need to be discussed. Maybe this is a time to work through those issues and those problems. All right, now the next big thing that I did want to point out will be we're going to have a full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo on March 14th. Now, this is going to be at 23 degrees Virgo. So, usually, I always associate it as Virgo is the sixth house, will affect your sixth house. And this is the house that takes care of work projects, tedious tasks and projects, work obligations, taking care of all the little fine details of a task, of a project. Obviously, it does affect your health and well being, exercising, losing weight, eating healthier, going to the doctor, taking care of yourself, taking supplements, vitamins to take care of your own well being. But here's the thing that I like. Usually, when we think of full moon, we're like, oh, is this the end of something? Is this the end of a situation? I'm kind of concerned. But actually, the benefit of this eclipse is that the sun and Uranus, the moon and Uranus actually connect very, very well to this eclipse. And with this eclipse, the energy of the eclipse will last 6 months. So this could be the possibility of something new and exciting, something fun and exciting with your work. Maybe you go from an actual work environment to now working from home. Maybe you decide to leave the workplace and now you go to working independently, to working for yourself. Maybe you decide to start a new job or a new type of work uh, situation to where you're making your own money, but now you can do it more independently. You have your own schedule. You have a more independent schedule. So this could bring about some interesting and exciting times for you. And this could easily, yes, affect your finances, but in a more positive way. Now, anything in relation to health and well being, um, the energy is actually very, very positive, but it could also be that you start a new health regimen, a new exercise program. Maybe it's a new way of doing things. Maybe you're looking to make some changes to start taking care of yourself. And this could even open the door to even getting a new pet. So the sixth house does rule small pets like a cat, a dog. And where I've seen many people where they, let's say, get a dog and they find themselves because they now have to walk the dog or take more walks with a new dog. I'm just using a dog as an example here, and so it makes them do something that they maybe wouldn't do regularly, taking walks, being more active, doing things more actively because now it's kind of pushing them. Well, especially if you are maybe getting a dog that requires a good amount of walking because they're maybe bigger in size. So they need a good half hour to 40-minute walk per day. So it's making you take those little walks yourself. In exchange, you're getting stronger, healthier. You're taking yourself out for walks when before maybe you really weren't taking out walks. So this could actually implement you exercising, but in a different way. So that could be something interesting and exciting. So the moon also connects very well with this full moon, with Pluto during this full moon eclipse. Yes, it increases emotions. Maybe it could bring about excitement and a different form of energy and exciting energy. Maybe it makes you more emotional, more excited, and maybe it's just a time of change. Now, the sun will be entering your own sign and house on March 20th. So it's going to be all about you and your personal wants and needs for the next 4 weeks from March 20th. So this will be very exciting. So you're going to have a new moon solar eclipse in your own sign and house, and that will be on March 29th. So again, an eclipse lasts 6 months. What I like about this eclipse, besides that it's all about you and your personal wants and needs, Mercury and Neptune connect very well with this eclipse, but also the moon and Jupiter. So Jupiter likes to give and likes to gift. So this is going to be a time where maybe you are gaining in some way. And this is going to be a great opportunity. It could involve some traveling, taking trips, transportation. Now, I do feel it's going to relate to some kind of communication or transportation. Maybe you get a new car, maybe you get a new cell phone, maybe you take more frequent short trips. Love that it's in your sign. You're just going to enjoy the energy of it, a boost of confidence, opportunities that are going to be there, are going to be very, very beneficial for you. And also, your instincts are going to get even stronger. So, you might actually be more accurate with your instincts for the next few months. The other big thing, or the big news, and this is more of a longer benefit, is going to be Neptune. And Neptune will be entering your own sign and house. It is going from the Pisces sign into the Aries sign. Aries is the first sign of the horoscope. New beginnings, new opportunities. Neptune in a sign and house lasts over 14 years. It kind of depends on your own personal chart, birth chart, but how it travels, Neptune in Aries for your sign. Um, it could be there over 14 years, and sometimes it could even be there for almost like 20 years. So it's just going to depend on the effects of how it has for you personally. But Aries, this is about you and where you want to build your future. It's a time of change. It's not going to be a significant change, it's a gradual process kind of change. But this is about your own well being, where you want to be at for the long term future, how things are going to be more beneficial for you, how it can gain and benefit for what's going to make you happy. And I think this is going to bring so many great opportunities for you, where you would like to be at, and how it's just going to make you happier. So this is a time where I would say for this year it's about you. This is a big one. And this month, the month of March, yes, we have the Venus retrograde, but the month of March is going to just be significant. All right, Aries, there's a lot going on for you. If it wasn't for the Venus retrograde, I mean, the month is probably one of the best months you could ask for, with Neptune going into your sign, a new moon eclipse being in your sign. There's just so much activity going on there for you. So, a lot to look forward to. All right, stay tuned. I will be posting more later on this month. But right now, just know you got a lot to look forward to. All right, Taurus, there's a lot going on. This month of March is actually going to be very significant, especially with your love life. So, I do have some notes, and we're going to be going over them. And then we'll have some discussions, maybe some tips and little pieces of information that I will be presenting for you. Maybe they can be as a guide, what you can expect. All right, so let's stay tuned here, and let's start the March horoscopes for Taurus. Right, Taurus. Taurus. So as we begin the month, starting March 1st, we have a Venus retrograde in your 12th house of secrets and solitude. So whenever I associate Venus in the 12th house, I always call it like keeping secrets. I do need to warn you, as a Venus retrograde, Venus retrogrades tend to sometimes end relationships, create breakups, divorces. That's only going to happen is only if there have already been issues or problems in the past in the relationship. So it's just not going to randomly just fall apart if everybody's getting along and everything's great. Only if there's been issues in the past. Now, a Venus in your 12th house, I do want to put it out there as a warning. I've seen many, many times secrets get revealed. And the type of secret that gets revealed is someone cheating on someone. So I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I have seen it happen many times where during a Venus retrograde, and this Venus retrograde is from March 1st through April 12th, it goes direct April 12th. So just putting it out there, that could happen. Maybe that could possibly end a relationship if the discovery of a cheating going on. So um, there could also be issues with finances, career, um, a money situation, a career job situation. Maybe you end a job, start a new job. Maybe you lose a job. So that could be possibly a possibility. Now, you as a Taurus, um, your ruling planet is Venus. So you're going to feel the effects of this Venus retrograde, probably one of the stronger ones, you and Libras. So a Venus retrograde, being that you are a Taurus, you're going to feel this. And then also in the 12th house, like I said, I mean, maybe something gets revealed. Now, this could also be a possibility of a secret relationship, secret love affair, but that could be maybe you pursuing one. Not necessarily that you find out about someone doing that, but that maybe you pursue that. So, there could be so many things going on. just be aware that a Venus retrograde can sometimes bring things out in the open. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. It just can bring things out in the open. Could this create a resolution on something? Maybe. Maybe it's just putting things out there that it is time for a change, and maybe the change just says it's time to move on. So just be aware of that. And like I said, it does also affect career finances. It could be for the better. Maybe you pursue something different. Maybe you're open to a whole new type of job. Now, the next thing we're going to be going into would be a full moon eclipse in Virgo, which obviously affects your fifth house. This is the love life house. An eclipse, the effects of an eclipse is 6 months, and that will be on March 14th. So 6 months from March 14th. Now, what I do like is that the sun and the moon will connect very well with your sign, Taurus, of in Uranus. So Uranus can bring about some excitement, some changes, some good opportunities there with the love life. Maybe you uh, find love, fall in love, connect with someone great. Maybe it is a new relationship. There could be the possibility that this person does not live close by. And it could also relate to some traveling too. So just something to be aware of. Now, it also, the moon and Pluto do connect with each other. This can really just increase emotions and feelings. So it's really going to be a situation of it's a full moon. Maybe you finally tell someone that you love them and that you feel a great connection to them. Maybe you feel like this is a time for you to be open to something new. So, this could also be a very positive time of a new connection. Now, the full moon is also very positive for social life. Uh, Maybe going to concerts, listening to music, being social and outgoing, connecting with people, just being more outdoors. And maybe it's a new venture, maybe it's a new adventure, maybe you're doing more traveling and just getting out more. So this it doesn't always have to be the fifth house doesn't always have to be about the love life. It could be about venturing out, getting out, making new discoveries. And part of those discoveries, maybe you get into listening to playing a new musical instrument, traveling more, getting out more. And this could be a very good time for you. So that will be on March 14th. Now, the sun will be entering your 12th house on March 20th, and that will last 4 weeks. And then the next big eclipse that we're going to have, and on March 29th, will be a new moon solar eclipse in your 12th house. So that will last 6 months. The effects of every eclipse last 6 months. What I do like about this eclipse is Mercury and Neptune connect very well with each other, and the moon and Jupiter connect very well with each other. Now, Jupiter is actually in your second house of earned income. So maybe this is a time and opportunity of making more money, running into new financial opportunities, financial ventures, maybe starting a new job. So this is going to be a very positive eclipse for you. Now, Neptune will be entering your 12th house of secrets and solitude starting March 30th. But Neptune in a sign can last anywhere from 14 years to 20 years. It all depends on your chart and where Aries, the sign of Aries, is in your chart. It could last a long time. But either way, in your 12th house, this could be maybe having a more stronger spiritual connection, maybe getting more into meditation and relaxation techniques. And maybe this is a time for you to just connect more with yourself and just have more of a peaceful, calming kind of relaxation. All right, Taurus. So just be aware that for the month of March, it's going to be a very positive time about focusing on your own um, relationships, when it comes down to what's going to make you happy. If it's a time to move on, maybe it's a time to move on. I did want to point out a couple of extra couple dates to keep an eye out for will be March 19th and March 27th. Very good days for your career, but also for social relationships. And what I mean by that, that could be coworkers, that could be friends, maybe getting out, being social. Remember, I was talking about the fifth house being more of a social kind of time for you. So maybe you might want to also keep an eye on the 19th and the 27th of March as additional social dates for you. Maybe you're going to a concert, maybe you're just having a time to go out and check out a movie or something. Well, it's a very good time, but also maybe a time of things being revealed. This is a great time. Now, keep an eye next month. I'll be also posting more videos throughout this month. But for now, just know might be some things that may come out in the open. It might be a time of change for you. Stay tuned. All right, Gemini. So I am going to be doing this horoscope with some notations on the side. We're going to be going over them. I'm going to be having discussions and some things to kind of be aware of, what to look forward to, and what to be aware of. So just kind of follow along, and we're going to be talking about what you can expect for the month of March. All right, so let's get started. First thing that I did want to discuss is the Venus retrograde. So the Venus retrograde starting March 1st and will go direct April 12th will fall in your 11th house of friendships, uh, social events, organizations. So one of the things that I have seen many times with the Venus retrograde is in the 11th house is seeing friendships come to an end. Now, I don't want to say that it comes to an end for good. People move away, people get married, people just maybe take a job in a different state or country. And so sometimes it can create what the feeling of like an ending, but not necessarily that something has ended for good. It could be just a temporary break. But then there has been disagreements and arguments within friendships and relationships that can create this kind of disruption. So it's just something to kind of be aware of. The 11th house, like I said, rules friendships, groups, organizations, community events. And this could also create a situation where it puts you in a whole different kind of environment. And maybe it's just a time of change. So, again, something to be just aware of. The retrograde doesn't go direct until April 12th. So it could be something maybe it's already started or will start soon. Now, the full moon lunar eclipse on March 14th actually will be at in your fourth house. It will be in the sign of Virgo. So the fourth house obviously rules relocating, making changes in the home, making repairs, renovations. An eclipse does last 6 months. So this could be maybe making some changes or repairs in the home, changing homes, moving. Maybe someone moves in or moves out of the home. What I do like is that the sun and the moon connect very, very well in Uranus. And this is actually going to be a time where it could be very significant. Obviously, Uranus is in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is in your 12th house of secrets and solitude right now. So this could be a very more private time of a change. Take, for instance, you're moving because you got offered a job. You really aren't telling people, you just are going to make the change. Maybe it is an agreement of some sort, or I have seen where people work from home. So there's more of a private environment of the workplace. So maybe you work more from home. Maybe you decide to do things more from home. And so this creates more of a private kind of a work environment. And what I like about the energy of it is it can bring about new opportunities and new changes, even though this is a full moon lunar eclipse. But this could be also a beneficial time for you where you're just open to making these kinds of changes because it could easily represent something different for once. Now, the sun will be entering your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations on March 20th. So the next 4 weeks is just going to be a very social time for you. Now, if you have been kind of maybe looking to kind of get out more, you may be finding yourself going to events, parties, organizations, connecting with family and friends. Maybe you're just visiting family and friends more frequently. Now, on March 29th, we have the new moon solar eclipse, and this will be in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations. Now, what I do like about this eclipse, besides that it's going to last 6 months for you, it's a very social time for you. Mercury and Neptune do connect very well, but also the moon and Jupiter connect very well. And Jupiter happens to be in your sign. So this is a very positive time, having a new moon eclipse, very social time for you. Um, Jupiter being very supportive, very positive. It is a time where you're just going to feel like you're attracting people more in your direction. It doesn't have to be something um, in a weird way. It's just maybe you yourself, you're being more social, more outgoing, you're connecting well with people. Maybe maybe you're just inviting more people in your direction. So whether it's because you're being more outgoing, maybe people are just being more attracted towards you, seeing an increase of friendships and connections, building more friendships. The next 6 months is just a very good social time for you. Then, finally, one of the things that I did want to point out is Neptune in your 11th house, and it starts on March 30th. That Neptune, the planet Neptune in a sign, can easily last anywhere from 14 years, 15 years, 18 years, depending on your own chart and the sign of Aries and how it transitions through your own sign or through your own chart. Could be there almost a couple of decades. But in your 11th house, so the way I would describe Neptune in your 11th house is you're going to find yourself not only connecting more spiritually, more energetically to others, but the people that you attract are going to be more aligned with how where your own spirituality or your own well-being is. So take for instance, earlier when I was talking about the Venus retrograde and possibly losing friendships, Neptune is kind of making you look at friendships in a different way. If they do not connect with you and maybe some of your views, maybe how supportive they are to you are not supportive to you, you'll start to pull away from them. Maybe they will pull away from you. Neptune in your 11th house is just having you kind of connect in a different way with friends and people that come to your life. And if they don't, your own energy, your own spirituality, and I don't mean spirituality as in religion, just your own energy, if it doesn't connect, you're just going to feel like we're not in tune with each other. And maybe it's just time to move on. Or you may just not be associating with them as much as what you have in the past. So, this is a time where you may feel a different kind of connection with your friends. All right, there's a lot going on. I did want to point out a couple dates to keep an eye out for, and I think you're going to discover some very, very interesting and exciting times coming up for you. All right, Gemini, just be aware. This is going to be a very social time for you. A lot going on. A couple other dates that I did want to point out are positive and social for you are going to be March 11th, March 22nd, and March 23rd. Very social time for you. Maybe you're getting out, maybe going out on a date. Um, but the energy is very positive. It could be just being social and outgoing, connecting with new people. Keep an eye on those dates. You never know what may come for you, but it's a very social time for you and a lot to look forward to. All right, stay tuned. We're going to have more. I am going to have more videos for you, but just know March is going to be a very good time, very social time. Stay tuned. Hey, Cancer, for all of you that are wondering what's coming up for you. So, when I go over the monthly horoscope for the month of March, I have some notations. We're going to go over them, going to explain what you can look forward to with the month of March and the eclipses that you can look forward to and what to expect out of them. All right, let's begin for Cancer and your March horoscope. So, as we begin the beginning of March 1st, Venus will be retrograding in your career house. Now, Venus in your career house could bring about changes in your career. This could possibly, on the negative, it could bring about maybe being let go, being fired, losing work, losing business in your career house. Now, there could be maybe some kind of gossip or challenges in your work environment, especially in relation to clients and customers, maybe coworkers. Now, usually a Venus in your career house will actually bring about praise and recognition for your hard work. But with the retrograde, there could be maybe the possibility of challenges with these same people, with your clients or customers or coworkers. Like I said, maybe it creates gossip or challenges. Maybe there is some disagreements or arguments with a coworker or a client or a customer. So it could bring about some changes in your career environment. Maybe you change jobs, maybe you just start a whole new job, and this could create some disruptions. Now, Venus goes direct April 12th, so just be aware there could be some changes coming about your career. Now, the full moon lunar eclipse on March 14th falls in your third house of short trips, communication, siblings, and neighbors. And so, an eclipse does last 6 months. The energy of an eclipse lasts 6 months. What I do like is that the sun and the moon connect very well with Uranus during this eclipse. And Uranus just happens to be still in the sign of Taurus before moving on to Gemini later on this year. But Taurus is still in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations. So great energy, great connection. What I like about this energy is just that it brings about a lot of um, opportunities there. Now, it's the third house of communication. Maybe you travel more. Maybe it's traveling for work. You could easily see an increase of emails, text messages, phone calls, short trips. Maybe the short trips are related to your work environment. Um, this could actually bring about an opportunity of making some changes or even connecting more with family and friends. Maybe you travel to see more family and friends. So, during this full moon, the moon and Pluto do connect very well with each other. So there could be some emotional energy. Obviously, it is a full moon eclipse, so it's going to be emotional, but it could be emotional in a positive way. So, what I do like about this eclipse for you is that because of the sun and the moon and Uranus all connecting very well with each other, it could bring about some very positive opportunities and surprises your direction. Now, the sun enters your career house on March 20th, so it's a very positive time for your career with the sun in the next 4 weeks. Now, you will be having a new moon solar eclipse in your career house on March 29th. Mercury and Neptune connect very well with this eclipse, and the moon and Jupiter, which happens to be connecting very well in your actually in your 12th house, but the energy of it connects very well for you in the next 6 months. So career, you just had the sun entering your career house. uh, I understand with the Venus retrograding in your career house could bring about some challenges, but what I do like that I think is going to kind of soften everything up is that the sun is entering your career house. The solar eclipse is a positive eclipse, connects very well with Jupiter. Jupiter likes to bring things to you and give than to take away. So the opportunities that are going to be there are looking very, very good for you. And the next 6 months could bring A lot of opportunities for your career that could also easily bring you more money. Now, finally, towards the end of the month, we do have Neptune connecting very well, entering your career house. That starts March 30th. Now, Neptune in a new sign and house could easily last, over 14, 15, 20 years, depending on where and how it affects your own personal birth chart or natal chart. So this is actually going to highlight your career and career opportunities, and whatever you venture into can easily be there for you for the long term. So I do want to point out before we go here, just a couple days that I think are going to be looking very positive for your career. And that's going to be on March 11th and March 22nd. So you definitely want to keep an eye on March 11th and March 22nd as positive career days for you. And they could easily bring about some positive opportunities or maybe even a job offer. So there's a lot going on. Keep an eye what to look forward to. Keep an eye on these days. The eclipses are going to be significant for the next 6 months, and that could easily benefit you in a long-term sense, and especially financially in a long-term sense. All right, stay tuned. More coming up throughout the month, and as we start this month and into the next month. All right, Leos, just be aware March is going to be very significant. We got a couple of eclipses. So, the way I'm approaching this is I got some notes on the side. We're going to go over them. I'll explain what you can expect for the month of March, positives, negatives, what you can look forward to, what to expect out of them. I'll give you some dates to be aware of. And like I said, just to kind of prepare you what to expect for the month of March. All right, let's begin and let's start your March horoscope. Venus retrograde starting on March 1st. Now, Venus will be retrograding from your ninth house of long distance trips, foreign people and places. It also rules universities, colleges, any kind of studies, online studies, courses, classes. It also rules the courts. Not saying some if you are going through a court related situation, like if it's family court, divorce court, or any kind of other forms of court related situations, a Venus retrograde, I don't know if I would say it would work for you or work against you. Um, because Venus does rule the aspect of money. If it is something relating to money, this could be maybe where the bigger issues come about in relation to a monetary type of situation. But this could also just relate to just dealing with those issues at that time. So Venus does go direct on April 12th, and just kind of be aware there could be some challenges in relation to all this. Now, the full moon lunar eclipse on March 14th does fall in your second house of earned income. Now, the second house, now the eclipse does last 6 months, and the second house does rule money, money making opportunities. If you're looking for a new job opportunity, this is the second house that could bring about a job offer. What I do like that works very, very good for you. You see here the sun and the moon connects very well with Uranus. Uranus happens to be still in Taurus until later on this year, where it moves into Gemini, but currently with Taurus is in your career house. So you have what they call a trine. Pretty much it's a triangle here. And so in that trine, you have what they call the success houses. It's the second, the 10th, and the sixth. So when you have the second and the 10th connecting very well with each other, this could actually bring it's kind of like a trine like this. It could actually be a very positive time of opportunities. So when you're dealing with the career house and you have this, triangle, it brings about a time of opportunities. Now, the one thing that I do want to point out, whenever you're dealing with a trine, and actually, if you do study astrology, look to see if you have a trine or any trine angles in your own birth or natal chart. It, the best way it's described is opportunities, but that can come easily to you, but does not mean that you will take up those opportunities. The opportunities are just presented to you. For instance, maybe you know a friend, a family member, a coworker, someone offers you a job, but then you decide, thanks, but I'm not going to take it because I just don't want it. So the next 6 months, a full moon lunar eclipse in your second house, connecting very well with your career house, can be a very positive time of opportunities, money making opportunities, more money. And this could also come about in a very unexpected or different way. For instance, maybe a new job opportunity through something more independently, remotely. Maybe you start your own job or job opportunity there yourself, working independently. Maybe you become a consultant, an independent contractor. So for you to have more of a say on your schedule or what projects you want to take on. So in a full moon eclipse, usually when we hear full moon eclipse, we think the end of something. But I've seen many times where it kind of can create a new type of beginning. It's just a new form of a beginning. It's not the end of something, it's a new way of taking something on that you've already been dealing with already. So, having this trine for you could easily bring about opportunities that could bring you more money. So keep an eye the next 6 months, see what comes for you starting on March 14th. And usually I would say keep an eye the first 30 days of an eclipse. That's usually when you see the energy the strongest, in the last 30 days of an eclipse. So that will be from like August into September. Then we also have the sun entering your ninth house on March 20th. And then you're going to also have a new moon solar eclipse in your ninth house starting March 29th. Connects very well with Mercury and Neptune and the moon and Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations. Now, the other part of Jupiter in the 11th house that isn't spoken about a lot, and actually it is career and financially related, is side venture, side income. So whenever you see something about Jupiter in the 11th house, besides hearing about friendships, groups, and organizations, it also rules the opportunities of making side income or money on the side. So this could be about it could bring about a time of opportunities that could make you money off to the side. So the next 6 months could be a very positive and adventurous time for you. It could bring about some travel, traveling long distance. Maybe you get out, go out. Maybe you take on some classes and courses to further your career. It could also be a really good time of just being open to new opportunities there for your career, and this could be the beginning of it. But it's a really good time. I like that Mercury and Neptune connect very well with this eclipse. It opens up new possibilities and opportunities for the long term. Your creative instincts will really kick in, and it could be a very, very good time for you. So finally, we're going to have Neptune entering your ninth house on March 30th. Neptune in any sign or house does stay there. It could stay there for definitely over 14 years, sometimes even up to 17, 18, 19 years or on. It just depends on how long it affects your sign, your own personal chart, in your own birth or natal chart. But it having it in the ninth house can also open up opportunities for you to travel long distance. Definitely, there's a lot going on, so keep an eye on that. All right, now finally, keep an eye on the dates of March 21st through March 25th. It's a significant time for your love life, for relationships, commitments. It's a great time of communication. If you need a compromise, work out any issues or problems, this is a great time to do so. Obviously, it's going to be a significant time for in the month of March for you, especially with that full moon lunar eclipse on March 14th relating to your career and finances. Keep an eye what opportunities come about, especially the first 30 days after March 14th and the last 30 days of that eclipse. There's a lot going on. Stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more coming up. I'll be working on posting more videos for you relating with the horoscopes. A lot going on, so stay tuned. Your March horoscopes. So we're going to be going over through some notes that I have here. I'm going to give you some tips, certain things to just be aware of for the March horoscope and what to look out for. All right, let's begin. Okay, so we're going to begin with the Venus retrograde. Now, Venus does rule finances, love, relationships, commitments, um, financial obligations. Venus will be in your eighth house that rules taxes, credit, loans, gifts, rewards. Also, it affects financial obligations connected to others. If you are going through a divorce, this can easily affect the finances or any kind of joint assets or resources. Venus goes direct April 12th, so there could be some issues in relation to that. Anything in relation to money, like I said, uh, joint obligations, resources, maybe your own personal finances can easily be affected. So, one of the things that I did want to bring up is that I have seen and I would recommend to not make a major purchase like a vehicle during a Venus retrograde, because I've seen many times that in something like that, like a Venus retrograde for a vehicle purchase, I've seen where the vehicle becomes a bigger problem down the road, maybe greater repairs, greater issues. Things in relation to the operation of the vehicle itself. So I would say if you can wait until after April 12th to make a purchase of a vehicle, especially if it's not a dire need situation, then I would say if you can wait it out because you would be much, much happier. So financial obligations, anything maybe related with relationships, partnerships, there could be some um, breakups, maybe separations, maybe divorces. And like I said, the eighth house can really relate to financial obligations connected to that. So just be aware of that. Now, the next thing we have is the full moon lunar eclipse that will actually fall in your own sign and house on March 14th. An eclipse lasts 6 months. The effects of the eclipse last 6 months. What I do like is a great connection of the moon and the sun connecting very well with Uranus from your ninth house. This can bring great opportunities, great connections. Now, having any eclipse in your own sign and house will bring plenty of praise, recognition, being the center of attention. So, the ninth house can be a very positive time of opportunities there. Uranus connecting very well with the moon and the sun can bring very positive and great surprises and opportunities for you. So, then also having the moon and Pluto connecting very well in your sixth house can actually reflect and affect uh, opportunities that could be connected to work or work opportunities. This could also be a time to focus on your health and well being, maybe by exercising, losing weight, getting healthier. Maybe it could also be starting a new health regimen, a program, or maybe even a new form of relaxation. This could be a hobby, a new craft. And the next 6 months could be significant for that for you. The sun entering your eighth house on March 20th, so the next 4 weeks, will be related with taxes, credit, loans, gifts, rewards, finances, and financial obligations. The new moon solar eclipse on March 29th falls in your eighth house. So this new moon, unlike the Venus retrograde that could create some disruptions regarding financial obligations, the new moon eclipse that will last 6 months um, can actually bring about positive opportunities relating with taxes, credit, loans, gifts, rewards, bonuses, commissions, a loan for a house, a loan for a vehicle can be a very positive time for you. Mercury and Neptune connect very well during this time, and then Mercury and Jupiter, which also happens to be in your career house. So the financial benefits like bonuses and commissions can come about because of your career or a significant job, Maybe it's a job in sales. Maybe it's a new job that brings greater bonuses and commissions. So keep an eye on this new moon. It's a very, very positive time of opportunities there for you. And this could be a very financial positive time for you. Now, Neptune will enter your eighth house on March 30th. And Neptune in the eighth house will stay with you for easily maybe a good even 15 years or more. So the eighth house can be very financially beneficial. This could bring about opportunities to gain financially through inheritance, through property. If you are investing, maybe you could easily see these investments pay off. So this could be quite a significant time. Now, I did want to give you a couple of positive career dates to keep an eye out for that could be very positive for finances and financial opportunities. And that is on March 11th, March 12th. Also, keep an eye on March 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, or 22nd through the 25th, I would say around there. Should be very positive financially for you. There's a lot going on for this month, but will continue on for the next 6 months because of those eclipses for you to look forward to. These eclipses could easily pay off in the long term. Lots of opportunity for you for the month of March. So it looks really, really good. All right, that's it for right now. Stay tuned. I've got more videos for you throughout the month of March and also for next month. Enjoy. Okay, Libra. Um, all right, so Libra, I'm going to be going over your March horoscope. I have some notations here. We're going to be going over the notes. I will give you some tips, maybe some ideas, just certain things to be aware of. And then, any dates that I find, I'll point them out as we go. So let's begin. Now, the first thing you're going to run into is the Venus retrograde starting March 1st. Venus will go direct on April 12th. Now, what is significant about this Venus retrograde is that Libras and Tauruses, the ruling planet for you is Venus. So you will feel the effects of this retrograde much stronger than other signs. Now, being that it's in your partnership house, this could actually be quite significant because it could relate to partnerships, relationships, commitments, marriages. It could bring about a breakup, a divorce, a separation. I cannot say if this is going to be the end of a relationship or commitment. Maybe this is actually going to be a time where it could be that there is just a time of just kind of being separated. Maybe there are some issues or problems that could lead to a breakup or divorce. Now, I did want to mention if it goes in that direction, that is only because there's been issues in the past. So the Venus goes direct April 12th. Now you're going to also have a full moon lunar eclipse starting on March 14th in your 12th house. Any eclipse lasts 6 months. So a full moon eclipse on the 12th house can bring a time of taking care of any unhealthy habits. Maybe you feel more tired. Maybe your body is telling you to rest or relax, catch up on sleep. You may possibly feel a bit drained and tired, but the sun and the moon actually connect very well with Uranus from your eighth house. So this could actually bring about a time of opportunities for you, especially on a financial level. So it could be maybe you are focusing and taking care of some opportunities that could bring you more money, more stability, more security for yourself. It could open up some positive doors of opportunities. Now, this could bring about a time of taking care of taking care of your body, your health, and well-being. But this could also be a time of opportunities that could come for you financially. Now, the sun will enter your partnership house on March 20th. So the next 4 weeks is a very good time to focus on collaborations and working with others. It could also relate to professional partnerships. It could be a client, a customer, coworker, a business partner. And this could be a time of working and doing things with others and not doing them by yourself. You're going to also have a new moon solar eclipse on March 29th in your partnership house. So this is quite significant time because the next 6 months could bring a stronger bond and connection with someone close to you. Maybe you get engaged or get married. Maybe you build a stronger relationship or partnership with someone. Now, Mercury and Neptune connect very well with this eclipse. Also, Jupiter from your ninth house connects very well with this eclipse. Jupiter likes to give more, and this is actually going to be a time of building stronger bonds and connections with others. Neptune does enter your partnership house also, starting March 30th. So, this could maybe bring about a partner that is your soulmate, someone you feel a spiritual connection to, and easily could be with you long term. This is a great time where partnerships and relationships are highlighted. I really like this could be a significant time of opportunities, connections. Yes, the Venus retrograde in your partnership house could be a little slightly disappointing, but this could also open up doors for positive connections and relationships. So, positive love and relationship dates for you and social dates, like connecting with family and friends, is March 2nd, March 11th, and then March 21st and March 22nd. Those are great significant days. Maybe you go out on a date. Maybe you're social and outgoing, connecting with, like I said, friends and family. Great time to be social. Maybe it's a time to reflect on relationships. And if something isn't working out, then it's time to move on. All right, this is going to be your March horoscopes for Libra. Stay tuned, more videos coming and a lot more to look forward to. Scorpio. So, for Scorpios, this is going to be your March horoscope. Now, I've created some notations for you, and we're going to be going over them. And this is just going to be kind of like some tips and some notes that I have here as we kind of go along, and just for you to kind of review what's going on for your specific sign for the month of March. So, let's get started. Now, the first thing we're going to run into is a Venus retrograde starting March 1st, and that's going to be in your sixth house of work, service, and health. Now, Venus goes direct on April 12th. So the sixth house rules um, health, well being, exercising, also taking care of tasks, projects. This could be a time when you're having Venus retrograding in this sign that maybe you are making some changes with work obligations, changing one job, going to another job. Maybe if you are tired of the job that you're working in, maybe it's time to make a change in that job. This could also bring about issues with clients and customers and coworkers. Now, this could be easily a time of change. The changes also includes your health and well-being. Maybe you start an exercise program, or maybe there are issues with your health. And this is going to be a time to take care of it. And maybe it just happens to be that uh, maybe it's time to exercise and start eating healthier. Now, the full moon lunar eclipse on March 14th falls in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations. It's a really good full moon eclipse for being a full moon eclipse. The energy of an eclipse lasts 6 months. The sun and the moon connects very well with Uranus in your partnership house. This could actually be a very significant time with partnerships and relationships. Maybe it's also in relation to the home because the moon and Pluto connect here during the time of the home and home related issues, that maybe you are relocating, renovating, maybe moving in, moving out of a home. And maybe this is also a significant time when you are maybe purchasing or moving into your first home. And this could be with someone significant, like a partner, a relationship, a committed partner or relationship. And so maybe it's a time where you're maybe moving out of the parent's home to move into a home with this person. So it could be quite an emotional time, maybe more in a positive way, because it's the next chapter of your life. Maybe it's the next chapter of a relationship too. This could also bring about a time of repairs and renovations. Now, the sun will enter your sixth house on March 20th. So, the next 4 weeks, like I said before, is the time to exercise and lose weight, but also to take care of tedious tasks and projects. And you could also see an increase of tasks and projects. Now, the new moon solar eclipse on March 29th falls in your sixth house. So the next 6 months is a time of gaining through bonuses, commissions, work projects. Maybe you get more work. Maybe you pursue more work opportunities. And this could easily bring about opportunities for more money too. Now, I did see here that the moon and Jupiter that's in your eighth house support this new moon eclipse. So you may gain through bonuses and commissions. I feel this new moon eclipse is a very positive time. So the next 6 months could be looking really good for work opportunities for you. It's also a good time to exercise, lose weight, maybe start taking vitamins and supplements, or just eating healthier. And this is actually a good time to just get out and focus. If something has not been working out for you or for your work environment, this could be a time of change. Now, Neptune does enter your sixth house starting March 30th. It'll be there for about a good 14, 15 years, if not longer. The benefit of Neptune in the sixth house, you'll find yourself drinking more water, maybe even exercising more frequently. Also, what I like about Neptune in the sixth house is anything that you were to pursue for a career will be with you for a long term. So if you are maybe even starting a side venture, side business, pursuing a work or a job that you want to be in for a long time, this could actually be a very good time because this can easily bring about a job that is with you for many years to come. So it's a good time. Exercising, focusing on your health and well being is a great time when you have Neptune in your sixth house, and this could be very healthy and beneficial for you. Now, some dates that I would say to focus on for your sixth house will be March 21st through the 25th, but also keep an eye on March 7th and March 25th. I already said the 25th and the 28th. So those days are going to be significant because it will be positive for work opportunities, maybe a new job offer or a new opportunity that brings you more money. All right, this is what I've been getting here for Scorpios. There's going to be a lot going on through the month. Expect more videos and also for the month of April. But right now, one of the things that you can expect is opportunities for work, exercising, getting out, being out, um, great opportunities to build new connections. And this could be very beneficial for the long term. All right, more videos to come, so stay tuned. This is going to be your horoscope for March. So I have some notations here that we're going to be going over, and then just to kind of know what to expect. All right. So as we start the month of March, the Venus retrograde is going to be what's going to be standing out for you. So when you have a Venus retrograde, that can affect relationships, commitments, like I said, relationships and finances and career. So this Venus retrograde is going to fall in your fifth house of love, children, and creative projects. It could bring about issues with someone maybe you have been dating, having a relationship. It could bring about the end of a relationship too, but that's only if there's been issues in the past. Now, Venus won't go direct until April 12th. Now, there could also be the possibility of having also issues with children, like adult children, or other issues relating with children. Now, the full moon lunar eclipse on March 14th will fall in your career house. Now, the effects of an eclipse last 6 months. So, this could bring about opportunities for a career advancement, or this could even bring about a new source of opportunity for your career. Now, the good news that I like with this eclipse is that the sun and the moon will connect very well with Uranus, that happens to be in your sixth house. So when you have the eclipse in your career house and then you have some very positive connections with your sixth house, those are what they call the success houses. The success houses is your second, your sixth, and your 10th house. So this could be a very significant time for your career. Maybe you get a promotion or advancement, but because Uranus does like to bring a sense of uniqueness, something different, and independence, this could also bring about a time of maybe going independent, starting your own company, your own side business, side venture. Or it could be maybe the possibility of working from home. If you're doing remote work, maybe a whole different type of line of work that you have not done before. And this could take you in a different direction for your career, but something that maybe you're open to pursuing. So the energy of this eclipse, like I said, lasts 6 months, and it connects very, very well with your career and your finances. Now, the sun enters your fifth house on March 20th. So, the next 4 weeks could bring a time for you to find love, fall in love, connect with someone special. You could also just enjoy music and movies, maybe go to a concert, be social and outgoing, maybe just go out there and just enjoy the scene and build a social connection, meet new people. So, it's a good time just to get out. Now, the new moon solar eclipse on March 29th falls in your fifth house. So, the next 6 months could bring a new love relationship. If you're out there single and dating, this could be a very positive, significant time for you to meet someone new. It's also a great time to connect with children. It's also a very artistic and creative time for you. If you're looking maybe to learn a new musical instrument, maybe a new craft, a new type of project, maybe sewing, crafting, creating, a new form of artistic creativity, the next 6 months is a very good time to do so. Then again, like I said, you may just enjoy music and movies. Um, Neptune also enters your fifth house starting March 20th. Neptune in your fifth house for the next like 15, 20 years can bring about someone significant for you that could be there for long term. This could also be somebody that you look at as a soulmate or someone that you feel a spiritual connection to. Now, there could be the possibility of someone that you meet could be maybe a Pisces, since Neptune in the fifth house does rule the planet of the sign Pisces, or someone significant. Now, the fifth house does rule children, maybe the possibility of conceiving children, being around children, spending time with children. And this could be a significant time of building that kind of connection around children. Again, it's a very artistic and creative time for you. Neptune, ruling Pisces, can also highlight artistic and creative abilities, music, crafting, creating. Maybe the next 15, 16 years, you get into learning music, putting projects together. It could also relate to videos, music, movies, editing, technology in that direction. Uh, that could actually build more of you being more artistic and creative in that sense. Now, some days that I did want to give for you to kind of keep an eye out for will be March 11th, March 12th, and then also March 21st through March 25th. Very significant time for your social life and your love life. So it could bring about great connections with meeting new people, building new connections, new friendships that could be there for long term. All right, that's it for you guys. Stay tuned for more coming up soon. But for now, your love life is very highlighted with all this energy going on around your fifth house. And it could be quite significant time for you, especially in love and relationships. All right, Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. So this is going to be your March horoscopes. And what I have is some notations. We're going to go over the notes. I'm going to give you some tips and ideas, some things to be aware of. We're just going to kind of guide you here and just explanations of what you can expect for the month of March. And then I'll give you some dates too. So let's begin. Now, starting March 1st, you're going to have the Venus retrograde in your fourth house of home. Now, the fourth house does rule the possibility of relocating, renovating, making changes in the home. Venus retrograde in the fourth house could bring changes in the home. Maybe you need to make some repairs, renovations. Maybe you need to sell a home. If you have to move, it could be moving out of a place, moving into a new place. Maybe you are feeling like you have to unfortunately make a move, maybe because you found a new job, maybe there's a relocation for a new job, or especially if you get a promotion or the company closes and they need to open a new place in a different area. So you need to relocate to a different area for that. So it can create some inconveniences. It could work out very positive for you, but it's just the inconvenience of making these changes. So Venus will go direct, but not until April 12th. So just be aware of these possibilities and these changes going about. There could also be the possibility of having arguments, disruptions, disagreements with the people you live with, and that includes your neighbors too. Now, the full moon lunar eclipse on March 14th falls in your ninth house of long distance trips, foreign people and places. This could actually bring about a time of new possibilities for the long term future. Now, this could bring about maybe just some traveling, maybe you study and learn a new topic of interest, maybe you're entering college or university, and also maybe you're just deciding to kind of plan more for your long term future. Now, the sun and the moon connect very well with Uranus in your fifth house. So maybe this is a time of you being out and socializing and building new connections and meeting new people. Now, the moon and Pluto do connect very well in your second house of earned income. So you could be maybe taking classes or courses to further your career, maybe even new type of new skills and abilities, maybe to further your career. So the effects of a full moon eclipse last 6 months. So keep an eye the next 6 months and see what comes about there for you. Now, the sun enters your fourth house of home on March 20th. So the next 4 weeks can bring a time for you to make some changes relating to the home. Now, the new moon solar eclipse on March 29th falls in your fourth house of home. So the next 6 months can bring a time for you to relocate, renovate, and make changes in the home. Now, the this new moon, what is actually very, very positive for this new moon eclipse is that Mercury and Neptune connect very well with this eclipse. Now, what I do like also is that the moon and Jupiter from your sixth house connect very well with this eclipse. So, this could actually bring a great opportunity for you, either, especially if it's like maybe you need to relocate because of work or new work opportunities, or maybe if you want to bring your work home, this could all work out and benefit you at the end. Either way, it's a great time. Maybe you're deciding to craft some new projects, maybe do some new crafts. Maybe you're updating a room and just adding something new to the home. So it's a good time. Maybe someone moves in or moves out of the home. Like I said, maybe you're relocating to a new home or just making changes relating to your home. Now, Neptune enters your fourth house of home on March 30th. So the next 14, 15, sometimes even up to, 18 years can bring about some opportunities relating to the home. Maybe you move to a place near water. So this could actually be a very positive time for you where maybe the place you relocate to just happens to be near water. Maybe it's a beach, a lake, um, maybe even you invest into a pool or make some renovations and you add a pool to your backyard. So, water may play a big factor in your home or your home environment. So, this is going to be a very positive time. It looks like the home or any home related issues or opportunities are going to really stand out for you for the month. The eclipses last 6 months. So keep an eye what occurs the 30 days from the date of the eclipse, and then the last 30 days before the next set of eclipses between August and September. So there could be a lot going on in relation to the home and also any kind of traveling. So there's a lot of great energy. I did want to give you a couple dates to keep an eye out for. That's March 11th, March 21st, March 22nd, and March 25th. All those days are significant for the home and for your career. Keep an eye on those dates if you are looking to make any kind of changes, maybe even get a new job. Keep an eye on those dates to see how they benefit you for your career and finances. All right, that's it for now. And just keep an eye. I will be putting out more videos as the months come about and into the month of April. Stay tuned. Aquarius, this is your March 2025 horoscope. So we're going to be going and having some notations here. Going to be discussing what you can expect for the month of March for your sign. I will provide you some dates also to look forward to and what you can expect. So let's begin. Now, starting March 1st, Venus will be retrograding from your third house of short trips, communication, siblings, and neighbors. So, Venus will be retrograding all the way until April 12th, where it goes direct on April 12th. Venus in your third house, when it's retrograding, could bring about issues with family, relatives, neighbors, cousins, aunts, uncles, but it could also bring about issues with communication, especially through text messages, emails, phone calls. So, this could be a time of communication issues with someone close to you, whether it's family, friends, or someone personally in your life, a spouse, partner, lover, someone maybe you're dating. So you just maybe want to be careful with that. The only thing that I would suggest if you are thinking to make a major purchase like a vehicle, you may want to wait out until the retrograde cycle has come to an end. So just something to be aware of. Now, the full moon lunar eclipse on March 14th falls in your eighth house of joint resources, taxes, credit cards, and loans. Now, the effects of an eclipse last 6 months. So, the next 6 months can actually bring about a time of having to deal with issues relating with taxes, credit, loans, gifts, rewards, maybe even bonuses and commissions. What I do like for you is that the sun and the moon connect very well with Uranus and Taurus. Obviously, as you can see, it falls in your fourth house of home. So, this could actually bring about a time where maybe you gain through maybe the purchase of a home, the sale of a home. Maybe you um, make some renovations where you're adding value to the home. Now, this could also just bring about a time of opportunities in connection to the home. And this could actually relate to a job or financial opportunity. So, you definitely want to keep an eye on the first 30 days when the eclipse ends up happening, and then the last 30 days of the last 6 months of the effects of the eclipse. So the first 30 days, which will be March 14th through April 14th, and then the last 30 days, so around August into September of this year. And that's when you're going to notice the effects of this eclipse kicking in the strongest. And that's when you'll probably notice what events you can kind of expect to be happening from this eclipse. So, a lot going on, positive energy coming about from a full moon eclipse, especially with the sun and the moon connecting very well with Uranus, could bring positive, unexpected opportunities and surprises. Now, the sun enters your third house on March 20th, so you can expect communication to increase through emails, text messages, and phone calls. Also, you may notice quick short trips around town and out of town and to places nearby. Now, the new moon solar eclipse on March 29th will fall in your third house of short trips, communication, siblings, and neighbors. So, the next 6 months could bring about an increase of short trips. Um, it could also bring an increase of emails, text messages, and phone calls. Maybe you purchase a vehicle, computer, a cell phone, or telephone. Now, what I do like is during this eclipse, Mercury and Neptune connect very well with this eclipse, and also the Moon and Jupiter connect very well with this eclipse. Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini and will be coming from your fifth house. Maybe if you are out there dating and meeting somebody, maybe you are taking more frequent trips with them. Or if they happen to live a distance, maybe you both are taking trips to travel and see each other. But at least, if anything, the communication will work out very well. So, this is actually going to be a great time of connecting. I like that Mercury and Neptune will increase your intuitive side. So, this could actually bring your intuitive and creative side. If you are looking to write, craft, or create, this is actually a really positive time for this eclipse. And this will increase your writing and your writing skills and abilities. Now, Neptune will also be entering your third house starting March 30th. And Neptune in a new sign or house will be there for over 14, maybe even up to 18 years. So, in the third house, Neptune in the third house, maybe you even decide to travel to places near water. So it's going to be a time of increase of communication, discussions, connecting with others. Keep an eye on the dates of March 11th, March 12th, March 21st, and March 25th. Very significant days for you when it comes to communication and connecting with others. And this could be a positive time of just building a bond and connection with others. All right, that is it for you Aquariuses. Keep an eye throughout the month of March. I'll be posting more videos and also more coming up in the month and for the month of April. All right, for now, stay tuned. Pisces. So this is going to be your March horoscope. Obviously, your birthday month for most of you. I have some notes here. We're going to be going over the notes, and I will be talking about what you can expect, some tips, things to be aware of, and just the overall energy for the month of March and for the month for you and the horoscope for you. So let's begin. Now, Venus will be retrograding for your second house of earned income starting March 1st. The second house rules earned income, money making opportunities. There could be some disruptions, disagreements, arguments over money, or this could also bring about a time of you finding new ways and finding new sources of income or building new sources of income. Now, Venus does go direct until April 12th. So the next like 6 weeks, 7 weeks, could bring about issues relating with finances. Also, investments. Be careful of making any kind of major investments like purchasing a vehicle, making some major changes in the home that can be costly but could bring regrets later on. So, just something to be aware of. But Venus in the second house, like I said, could create some disruptions regarding with the finances. Maybe you need to make some financial adjustments, but this could also bring about some positive opportunities financially, as I will discuss in a few minutes. So stay tuned for that. But just certain things to be aware of. Now, the full moon lunar eclipse on March 14th will fall in your partnership house, the seventh house. So the partner could be someone personal or professional. It could be someone you uh, build collaborate with to further your career. So this could be, for instance, personal relationship, a spouse, partner, lover. Maybe you get engaged or get married. This could be a business partner. This could be someone you're collaborating with. It could be a client, coworker, customer, um, working together with someone to, like I said, further your career. Now, what I do like is that the sun and moon connect very well with Uranus. Uranus happens to still be in the sign of Taurus until later on this year when it starts moving into Gemini. Taurus is in your third house. This could bring about some great opportunities for you. Maybe it's opportunities to venture out. Maybe you also take on some studies, some classes or courses to further your career. The third house also rules communication, transportation, travels, short trips. Maybe you are doing some traveling. Maybe you are, um, reaching out to others. It could be relating to your work. So this is actually going to be a very positive time. I really like the sun and moon and Uranus connecting very well because it brings great opportunities, connections that could really benefit you for the long term. Now, again, maybe this is the seventh house. Maybe it brings about a new connection, a new opportunity. Now, a full moon can create the possibility of an ending of something. So, but it's all going to depend on if there have been issues in the past. That's the only way something like that is going to happen. But the energy of the sun, the moon, and Uranus, very, very positive. Now, you do have a moon and Pluto that have a connection here from the 12th house. So that could bring about a little sense of solitude. But I kind of feel with the energy of the sun and Uranus, it's just going to increase this energy to just get out, be out, and just connect with others. So it's a very significant eclipse. Now the sun enters your second house of earned income starting March 20th. So the next 4 weeks can bring about a time of more money, maybe a job offer, job opportunity, or finding new ways to bring in more money. Now the new moon solar eclipse on March 29th will fall in your second house of earned income. So the next 6 months, because the effects of an eclipse this last 6 months can bring new jobs, job opportunities, money making opportunities, new sources of income. If you're looking for a whole new job, this is a really good time because Mercury and Neptune connect very well, but the moon and Jupiter also connect very well for you. Now, Jupiter is currently in your fourth house of home. So maybe you start a new job working from home. Maybe your current job, you're allowed to do remote work and do more work from home. So the next 6 months, keep an eye because it could be a really, really positive time of making more money and bringing in more opportunities for you. So that's really, really good. Neptune enters your second house of earned income starting March 30th. So, Neptune in the second house, I mean, we'll be there for like a good 14, 15, if not maybe up to 20 years. It can be very positive when it comes to increasing your creativity, long term financial opportunities. And this could be a really good time of really seeing financial growth. But also at the same time, it could really increase in the way you approach a job or financial opportunity. It may come in a very different way, creative way, design, crafting, creating, artistically. And so it could make you venture out in a whole different way. So overall, March is very, very positive financially for you. Opportunities that could bring you more money. Keep an eye on the dates of March 2nd, March 11th, March 21st through March 25th, and also March 27th as positive financial days for you. Could be a very positive time that could bring you maybe a job offer or, like I said, financial opportunities. So keep an eye on those dates. Also, keep an eye. I'll be bringing out more videos throughout the month of March. And then also more videos coming up for here in April. For now, just be aware there's a lot happening for you financially that could bring great opportunities to make more money. So stay tuned.